The barefoot pilgrimage of Master Monk, ascetic practitioner, Minh Tue across many countries from Vietnam to India. December 12 to 15, 2024, Venerable Minh Tue and a small group of monastics started a long pilgrimage intended to reach major Buddhist holy places in the Indian subcontinent. Reports place the crossing from Vietnam into Laos around December 12 to 13, 2024, and the group continued walking immediately after crossing the border. Their stated intention was a long barefoot/alms-walking pilgrimage, dhutanga style, to the Buddha's sacred places. Early rhythm. From the first days they adopted a steady daily rhythm, rising before dawn, walking many kilometers during daylight, pausing for short midday practice, seeking alms, khất, when appropriate, and resting or meditating in simple outdoor places at night. Media accounts and the group's updates indicate the group typically averaged many kilometers per day on open country roads and village paths. Through Laos and Thailand, late December 2024, early 2025. Laos to Thailand. After entering Laos, the group continued west/southwest into Thailand. Multiple on-the-road updates and local reporting describe long stretches of countryside walking in Thailand, often barefoot or with minimal footwear, meeting locals on roads and accepting food offerings. They moved cautiously around border and visa constraints while keeping to their ascetic routine. Daily practices while walking. The journey emphasized meditative awareness while doing ordinary actions, mindful walking, mindful eating, typically one main meal a day, keeping simple robes, sleeping outdoors or in humble shelters, and short group practices each evening to recite, chant, or practice breath/silence sessions. These are consistent with dhutanga practice and appear in both the group's own material and reportage. Route adaptations and obstacles, early mid-2025. Crossing plans altered. As they approached more complex border regions, e.g., the Myanmar border, the group repeatedly adjusted plans for safety, paperwork and local conditions. Journalistic coverage notes concerns about entering conflict-affected zones and visa complications. These practical constraints shaped which roads and countries they could walk through. Sri Lanka episode, April 2025. The group reached Sri Lanka but encountered administrative obstacles. Multiple reports say that Sri Lankan authorities prevented continuation of their barefoot walking in some public spaces. As a result, the group arranged flight, onward to resume the pilgrimage from India, Delhi/Bodh Gaya region. This moment was a significant logistical pivot. Instead of hiking continuously by land, they used limited air travel to proceed to the Indian subcontinent. India, sacred places, renewed walking, mid-late 2025. Arrival in India and Bodh Gaya. Upon arrival in India, the group concentrated on the major sacred sites linked to the Buddha's life, Bodh Gaya, place of awakening, Sarnath, first teaching, and other pilgrimage locations. The Minh Tue Path official channel and independent reports document periods of intensive practice around Bodh Gaya and nearby holy places. Practice and itineraries. In India, the group combined walking across regions with extended stays for deeper practice, days of silent walking, longer meditation in forested or monastic grounds, and rituals at specific shrines. On several occasions they paused for group practice at places of particular significance, e.g., Deer Park/Sarnath, where they performed communal chanting and walking meditations. Official updates describe segments of walking followed by practice retreats. Toward Nepal, arrival and current status, September 2025. Approach to Nepal. After traveling through India and visiting key sacred sites, the group continued north and entered Nepal. Public media and the group's own live streams and posts show them walking in Nepal, visiting major pilgrimage centers such as Lumbini, the Buddha's birthplace, and continuing to live by dhutanga rules, alms, one meal, simple clothing, sleeping in simple settings. By late September 2025 they were documented in Lumbini and nearby pilgrimage roads, performing rituals, walking barefoot on village paths, and receiving local alms. Current routine. As reported in Nepal, the group's daily schedule keeps the same ascetic pattern: early mornings with walking and alms rounds, midday meal, often a single main meal, afternoon meditation and group practice, and simple night rest. They perform ritual circumambulations, small communal ceremonies when at major shrines, and continue to film or livestream some portions for followers while otherwise holding a silent and austere routine. Daily life and practical details observed on the route. Below are concrete aspects of how Venerable Minh Tue and his group practice while on the road, synthesized from official updates, interviews, and media coverage. Walking pace and distance. Media reports early in the journey recorded averages like 15-25 km per day on walking segments. Figures vary by terrain and weather. The group slows for long practices or when logistics require border crossings or transport. Alms, khất, they collect food by traditional alms rounds. The monk sometimes carries a container, reported as a rice pot, used to receive offerings. When food is offered, they accept simply and eat mindfully. ucnews.com. Meals. Consistent with ascetic practice, they typically eat one main meal a day, often at midday, when following strict dhutanga guidelines. Other times their pattern may relax slightly depending on local conditions and hospitality. Clothing and possessions. Minimal robes, a small set of possessions, and sleeping arrangements outdoors or in simple shelters. The monk is known for deliberately simple, sometimes patched or minimal, robes consistent with dhutanga asceticism. Rest and meditation. Nights are for rest and often for sitting meditation. During the day they interleave walking with short seated meditations and chanting practices. Venerable Minh Tue is publicly described as practicing Han Dao Da, dhutanga/ascetic practices. Different sources list the 13 practices slightly differently in wording, but the core items align with classical Buddha practices found in the Theravada tradition. Below is a consolidated list with brief explanation for each item and where the list is reported. 1. Wearing rag-patched or simple robes, wearing robes made from discarded or patched cloth rather than finely made monastic robes, a sign of renunciation. 2. Limiting to 3 robes, carrying and using only the minimal 3 cloths that are traditional for Theravada monks. Handiata.com. 3. Going on alms rounds, khất, depending on offerings given by lay people rather than seeking or storing food. This is central to the classic begging alms practice. 4. Eating only one main meal a day, at midday, a strict ascetic precept among many dhutanga practitioners to reduce attachment and simplify life. 5. Not lying down to sleep, sleeping sitting or in simple positions, to minimize comfort and cultivate wakefulness and vigilance. 6. Choosing to dwell in the forest, cemetery, or open places, practicing in austere environments to train fearlessness and detachment. Dhutanga traditionally includes sleeping in the open or in wilderness places. 7. Not accepting money or worldly goods, using only what is freely offered, food/robes, and refusing monetary gifts. Reports indicate the group avoids taking cash. 8. Eating whatever is offered without preference, accepting whatever food is given mindfully, without craving or aversion. 9. Carrying few possessions, minimalism, traveling with the barest possible belongings, water, robes, alms bowl/pot. 10. Going barefoot/minimal footwear, to cultivate humility and physical hardship as part of the practice. Minh Tue became widely known for walking barefoot. 11. Frequent change of place, not staying attached to a single monastery, moving from place to place to prevent attachment and habituation. Dhutanga emphasizes itinerancy. 12. Minimal speech/silence practice, limiting talk and using more contemplation, to keep the mind inward and present. Observers note his group often keeps to quiet practice. 13. Sustained practice of meditation and mindfulness in daily activities, the overall aim, practicing continuous mindfulness, mindful walking, eating, sitting, so that formal meditation and daily life are unified.